Hello everyone, John here, and welcome to another Fizz Factory video. This time I'll be taking you through my supplement stack. So these are some of the, and this is my kitchen by the way, but these are some of the regular ones that I take on a daily basis. So we've talked to you before about creatine and how this is one of the cheapest, most effective supplements that you can buy. So here, this is just plain creatine monohydrate. And this whole tub, only $5–10, goes a long way. Again, the best as far as strength gains. Beta alanine, this is in my top 3 of top recommended products. So this one, daily dose is 3.2 grams, so you split it up into 2 doses of 1.6 grams each. Caffeine. So I do not drink coffee. I do not like the taste, I never have. So this whole bottle for 100 tablets is $4 or $5. So 1 cup of coffee from Starbucks is about that same price. This time you get 100 though. And in each cup of coffee, you tend to have about 100 milligrams of caffeine. So 1 tablet's 200, but if you can see here in this video, like this company, they purposely put a little slit in the tablet to where you can easily break it in half and you can get 100 milligrams if you don't feel like you need the whole tablet. So I'll wake up, I'll just do half of a tablet. So it's the same as if I had a cup of coffee, and these are flavorless. So, just drink a sip of water afterwards. And then before my workout, I do have pre-workout. Admittedly, I used to use it all the time. I mean, before every workout, I would use 1, 2, 3 scoops of it. That was years ago. Since then, I've cut back to where I only do half of a scoop, which these are expensive, by the way. I mean, pre-workouts, you can easily pay $20, $30, even up to $40 per tub. So most pre-workouts generally include these 3. They just have flavor. They might have a couple other added ingredients. But, I mean, as you can see on here, so you have creatine right there, beta alanine right there. They all have caffeine in them. So that's essentially, these make up about 75% of what's in here. So if you don't feel like pre-workout's worth your money, you just don't want to really have too many of these laying out in your kitchen like I do, these 3, if you just mix these with water and just drink it beforehand, 30 minutes, then you essentially have your own pre-workout. And it's much, much, much cheaper. So what I do, I take half of a scoop of this, pretty much essentially for flavor, and then I'll take half of a tablet of this, half a scoop, and I'll throw it all in together, and I'll drink that before I work out. And again, it comes out much cheaper because you can buy these in bulk. So now amino acids, I do have this tub here, but admittedly I've had this tub for a very long time and it's still mostly full. And the reason is because, so you don't really truly need to take BCAAs before your workout. So if you've had any sort of food beforehand, so if you work out at 10 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 7 at night, as long as you've had a meal that day, the research has shown that meals tend to stay in your gut for about 5 hours at least. So if you've had any sort of food at any point that day, you still have proteins breaking down in your stomach, so you don't really need these. Unless you wake up first thing in the morning, go right to the gym, then yeah, maybe I would say you could use it. But I've been trying to use these up for a long time now and it's still pretty full. So now Gatorade powder. I'm currently experimenting with carb cycling. And this is a good cheap form of carbs. The whole tub here, which I believe is about 90 or 100 servings, whole tub is $10, which compared to 1 Gatorade you buy at a gas station is about $3 or $4. So I definitely recommend that. I got this one at Sam's Club, but Walmart I think has smaller versions, but still much, much cheaper than if you buy a Gatorade 1 bottle at a time. So I use these. This is actually a fishing tackle box from Walmart for the fishing section, but I just use it as a pill organizer each day of the week. So Sunday night I go through and just put in my vitamins, put in my fish oil, just makes it easier. But I think it was $3. And fish oil. So you've heard us recommend this here at the Fizz Factory. I use the Walmart brand, which are these Spring Valley ones, just because it really is pretty much the cheapest one you can find out there. I mean, you can easily pay $20, $30 for a bottle of fish oil. You can have them coated to where you don't get the fish burps, is what they call it. So if you take them, you might find 5 or 10 minutes later you start burping, and it might have somewhat of a fishy taste. I've never noticed it with these, and these are just the the $7 bottle you can find at Walmart, 1,000 milligram version. They'll also have a 1,200. So this is 300 capsules, and if you look on the back here, so what we recommend here at the Fizz Factory is this EPA and DHA value at the bottom. Throughout the day, we want you to get at least about 2 grams total, so 2,000 milligrams. So if you do the math on these, this is one soft gel. So it comes out to be about 7 of these a day will get you that 2 grams of combined EPA DHA. And the last thing when it comes to fish oil is that you want to make sure that they are molecularly distilled. So when they go through and they take out any of the mercury or any of the hazardous products you could find in fish. So as far as I know, this company does do that. So as far as just trying to find a cheap version of fish oil, these are the ones that I've used for years. And then vitamin D3. So these are 1,000 IU versions, and you get 450 of them. I mean, this whole bottle is maybe $5 or $6. And the research on this, as far as I know, it keeps going up pretty much every time I look at it. So years and years ago, they found that pretty much everyone in the country is pretty deficient in vitamin D3 just because we don't get enough sunlight throughout the day. Unless you work outside or you're at the beach every day, then I would say pretty much the general population, you would need to supplement this in some way, shape, or form. So now, again, like I said, every time I look at the research, how much they say they recommend that you get throughout the day keeps going up. So as far as I know, lately I've seen even up to 5,000 to 8,000 per day, which I think might be a little high. Personally, I take between 2,000 and 3,000. And in the winter, I tend to make that more 3,000. In the summer, I cut it down to 2,000 a day. So I just do one of these morning and night in my little tackle box here. So finally, almost done here. Yeah, so as you can see, I have plenty of blender bottles. So for proteins, I do have a tub of casein. So I use this at night because it tends to break down a lot slower than whey does. And I'll find that if I don't take it right before I go to bed, then I will wake up hungry in the middle of the night, can't go back to sleep. So I tend to use just a scoop of this at night. And then whey. So I really like the Dimetized Elite XT. You tend to get a lot of good sales, either buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off. It does have a little bit more carbohydrates than some of the other ones. So this one, I think this one's a good quality one as well. But as you can see there, it's only 4 grams. So I tend to bounce back and forth between those two tubs. And then this is a mini fridge, which isn't plugged in. I just tend to use it as a shelf pretty much. So these are ones that are in my tackle box up there. So I've had these for years. Some of the latest research that I've seen on glucosamine and chondroitin, which that's all this is, really kind of shows that it doesn't do as much as we used to think it did for joints. So whenever this runs out, I probably won't buy any more of that. And then vitamin C for immune health, take between 2,000 and 3,000 per day. This is the multivitamin that we recommend here at the Fizz Factory that we talked about in month 1. So a serving is 6 capsules. I take 3 just because I feel like I get plenty of fruits, vegetables in throughout the day, that my diet is good enough to where I probably don't need the full dose. If my diet consisted of Mountain Dew and potato chips, then probably need all 6. And more blender bottles. And then here, these are just more tubs of creatine. They were buy one, get one free. So I think they came out to be about $10 each. And and this is the really big version. It'll last you almost a year. Yeah, 200 servings, and that's how much you would take per day. So 200 days worth, and I have 3 big tubs there. And then just more pre-workouts, which again, I really don't go through that often because I ration it and I only use half a scoop at a time. Down at the bottom, we have more caffeine, because again, they're $4. More vitamin C. This is more bulk beta-alanine, just powder. And then up at the top, these are just free samples of more pre-workouts that I hardly ever go through. BCAAs, which I hardly ever go through, so I haven't used them up. And then these are just protein samples, which all these, by the way, you get them when you make an order from bodybuilding.com or muscleandstrength.com. You tend to get a couple free samples, so I've just always saved them up over the years. But my friends and I, we do go camping, so these tend to make, you know, good portable meals that I can just take a blender bottle and just add water and then have a snack. But yeah, so I mean, that is everything that I own as far as supplements go. So don't think that you need everything that you find at GNC. I mean, really, those people are just trying to get commission, trying to make sales. So again, I mean, those 3 plus fish oil and a multivitamin and a protein powder are really, I mean, the staples of every person's supplement stack that tends to work out. And all those per month, I mean, maybe $15, $20 per month all together. So don't feel like you need to go out and buy everything you see. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Again, nice and short, and I'll see you next time.